Then in hip hop, album review. Benny the Butcher and Harry Fraud, The Plugs I Met Too. Look, my nigga.
She's young.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that didn't pick up.
It did. That's
did.
how I
Don't
heard
put
it.
that shit in the video, man. I don't
It's
want-
almost impossible. It came right after the end of my intro.
Bro, that was not having anything to do with you, Benny.
You want me to do the intro
It's
again?
11 o'clock at night, and these motherfuckers got my old ass up. I'm usually in bed, tucked in.
Benny the Butcher, Harry Fraud, The Plugs I Met Too. If you want to listen to, and if you're a Patreon, Ken, are you putting the video up on Patreon? Nope. All right, cool. So if you want to listen to Ken's first reaction to The Plugs I Met Too, make sure you go over to the podcast. Go over to the podcast. Me and Ken, I didn't review it. I didn't really say too much, but it was Ken's first time listening to the project. We thought it would be real dope for y'all to listen to that and then also see if his opinions changed on the project. So if you didn't know, 2021, me and Ken are doing a review a day. And that means 365. We're already going on 4th month in. So we ain't stopping. We've got a review a day. So if you want more reviews, it ain't gonna happen over here on the channel, man. It's just too much production. But yeah, man, Benny the Butcher, Harry Fraud, The Plugs I Met. Anytime Benny, Westside, Conway, goddamn, even my guy from Detroit that's over there now. Boldy James. All these niggas, man. If you sign a Griselda, I want a project. And you guys never disappoint. And this right here, Harry Fraud and Benny the Butcher made amazing music, in my opinion. When Tony met Sosa, the way that comes in, and I love how Benny always seems to like leave the meaning of the song or the title of the song as like one of the last lyrics he gives you in the whole fucking song. So the way that he ended that saying, damn, Harry, this shit sound like when Tony met Sosa. This nigga. And then, man, the way that Harry Fraud gave him this production, it felt like just sweeping strings and pianos. Everything just felt so cinematic with this project, man. It just, I don't know, it felt like it elevated the soundscape that Benny typically raps over, because it wasn't necessarily grimy or gritty, but it still felt gangster. It still felt New York. You know what I'm saying? Without it being so nasty like that. The track with Chinks, that was dope, but I'm not even gonna front, man. Like Plug Talk, that super bouncy shit. Oh my God, like that was my shit. And then I love the fact that he put 2 Chainz on there. So typically I always tell y'all, I don't look at the track listing or nothing. I looked at it this time. I peeped. I was listening to Thankful. We even did that as a review as a single on Single Sunday. So again, go over there to the podcast for all of that. But man, like this is exactly what I wanted from a Benny the Butcher, Harry Fraud project. The beats were amazing. He did his damn thing. And he didn't, again, like Benny didn't stray away from what he talks about. Like Live By It is the prime example of that. Nigga, you live by that shit, you gonna die by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of whatever, you could apply that to anything. No Instructions was my shit. No Instructions was by far my favorite joint on this thing. Again, the way he ends that shit, and he said, nigga, a brick of coke don't come with no instructions. I was like, God damn, nigga.
Yo, you was killing me with this shit, man. You was stupid.
I'm sorry.
Man, it's cool, man.
Oh,
You-
man.
That shit is fucking hilarious.
But yeah,
I did think that was hard though when he said that.
Yeah, man, that shit was,
Don't know
bruh. And then Survivor's Remorse. You know, I think for being such a trap, drug, cocaine rapper, man, Benny be really giving you the insights to how he really feels. And I think it's so powerful when he says, man, every time one of my people from jail calls, I pick up because it could have been me. And even the story he told about, like, you know, he told his homie to come through with the burner, whatever. And when he got there, he was like, nah, man, I changed my mind. And then now he's doing 20 years and I'm the one over here, you know what I'm saying, living my life. And he's like, yeah, every time they call, I'm gonna pick up because it could have been me. There's not a lot, or oftentimes a lot of trap cocaine rappers, if they try to get introspective, is very surface level. Like, I don't know, like it just, you don't feel it in your soul.
Yeah.
Like that, I felt like you could really tell that shit fucks Benny up every night. And the fact that he was able to put it on wax the way he did. And then the way he ended this shit with Thankful. Bruh, this nigga got robbed for his jewelry. All this shit, he said, man, I'm over here being cocky again and all the jewelry I bought again. Y'all niggas ain't gonna do nothing to me. Y'all niggas should thank me. Like, this Yo, Benny's on a whole nother level, man. I love all of the niggas from Griselda. All of them, literally. I think those three are three of the top 10, top 15 rappers in the game right now. But goddamn, Benny, dog, I don't know how he continues to do it. How in the fuck do you still rap about the same shit? You always got dope ass producers, but goddamn, it's just better. This project is amazing. I love it. Thank you, Benny the Butcher and Harry Fraud.
Man, I don't know how you went through all of that, but didn't even mention overall.
Hey,
Like,
man,
I think overall is like one of,
I said it was dope.
Oh, okay.
I gotta leave some for everybody else.
He did mention overall.
Did he?
He said the track with
Yeah,
Chinks.
yeah.
Oh man.
I
Overall is so
just
good.
didn't dive in
Yeah,
on
the way you did
everything,
the
so that
others,
way
yeah.
y'all got a little room to
Yeah, that's how I
talk y'all
guess.
shit.
But yeah, overall, man, that shit was so hard.
So that's your shit.
Hell yeah, man. Every time it comes on, man, that beat
yeah.
is so fucking.
is.
Oh my god,
Shit's so nasty.
it's nasty.
Shit's so nasty. I'm
Oh
surprised.
my God.
2 Chainz. I thought 2 Chainz.
Did his shit.
Man, 2 Chainz was floating on this shit,
did his
man.
shit.
On Plug Talk, man. I was just like, damn.
I think all the features for the most part.
They wasn't horrible.
their
Like,
thing.
yeah, it wasn't nobody where it was kind of like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
'cause
no
Jim
one that was
Jones-
like, ugh.
Yeah,
that
Jim
guy
Jones
sounds
did his.
terrible.
Yeah, Jim Jones did his thing.
Jim Jones sounded
yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
he
man.
sounded really
It's
good.
crazy.
I've been
Yeah,
trying to tell y'all
It's
about Jim
crazy how this
Jones.
dude,
I
because
believe
he got an album with Fraud called The
I
Fraud
know.
Department, and then the Capo. Like,
He's been telling us to listen to it.
Dead End Hip Hop Podcast. We reviewed that joint. Jim Jones, Harry Fraud. We also did Harry Fraud and Currency the Outrunners. Yeah, man. Go listen to the reviews.
B, go listen to the review, bro.
Hey, shit, I'm trying
You
to
were
get
saying
beat.
about Jim Jones, B?
no, I'm just saying, like, it's amazing how he's improved over these last 2 albums he made. Because I would have never thought in 1,000 years that I would enjoy a Jim Jones project. And these last 2 albums and this feature, Jim Jones sound good. So I was just like, wow, that shit isn't like listening to this feature. I'm like, damn, this shit is amazing how this dude sounds like I'm liking a Jim Jones verse. I like the fact that it seemed like Benny was kind of like giving the game, not really glamorizing like the street stuff, kind of just more of like giving like, okay, this is the consequences of this shit. This is what happens. This is how we feel through shit or whatever. How we go through our different emotions dealing with the street life. So I thought throughout this project, I was like, okay, so Benny's really kind of like, it's kind of like, yeah, let me sit down and just talk to y'all about this street life. Like, what's the good and the bad about this? You know what I'm saying? It's not. I think he said in the beginning of the track, like, we ain't glorifying this shit. Like, I'm gonna sit down and talk to y'all about this whole street shit. So I like the fact that was the theme going on about this whole entire project. But for some reason, as much as I did enjoy this project, I didn't like it. Didn't. And I hate to compare it to the first one because you call it the plugs I met too. But like that first one though, man, when that first one hit, that shit was like, yo, like that. Everybody from the features, the production, like I feel like that shit definitely hit harder than this one. I mean, this one is definitely. I think Harry Fraud did do a good job of giving him like lush production and type of griminess, and I think Benny did a good job of meshing that well with the production, but. I mean, when I finished listening to it, I was like, okay, yeah, this definitely got replay value, but it didn't like, but I still enjoyed it though. I still definitely enjoyed it because I like the fact that it was definitely more mature street talk that he gave on this album. So that's the shit I liked about it.
I guess I gotta come to grips that Benny is just undergoing a transformation. That the harder hardcore stuff in terms of the beats and the production just won't necessarily be there anymore. But in terms of the lyrics and stuff and the content that he's rapping about, is just gonna be over a different type of production. That's a little bit more.
I think he might end up still messing with Derringer and all them.
I guess, but you go back to the one he did with Hit Boy, and then you go with this, and I do really like this project, and him rapping over Harry Fraud, and I like that he's experimenting and working with different producers and experimenting with different sounds. It's just the come up, the sound that I was so accustomed to hear him rap over. It's a process for me to kind of to get used to what he's doing now. But in terms of rapping, the rapping is always there. And Harry Fraud is a dope producer, and overall is like a dope fucking beat. And I think that to see Benny be able to kind of rap you know, to be able to have that flexibility, to be able to rap over these type of beats and still to bring you that rawness and realness, and also to kind of reflect back and kind of go, you know, going about what you're saying, to kind of reflect back and look back on like where he was and where he's at now. I think that's incredibly dope. And then because Benny is by far my favorite rapper out of the group. And you know, I mean, there's just some bangers on here, like Plug Talk, No Instructions was dope. Survivor's Remorse was real as fucking shit. The setup with Tony Met Sosa, like a good intro, you know, to the album. Like he set this shit up like nice straight off the top. But overall, man, that shit's fucking nuts, bro.
It is. It really is.
That shit is fucking insane.
She like, Benny, why you never smile in your photos? He like, same reason Bobby went solo.
Yeah.
I catch that shit.
Damn.
Like I thought that was loaded.
And the beat, yeah, it was.
I thought that was really loaded what he said there.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
And the beat changes that he had, that bass line that was in there that Harry Fraud did, man. Yeah, I do agree with kind of what Raph was saying about how cinematic it sounds. In that interview, Benny was talking about how recording in LA is different from recording, I think he said, in New York, and how just the city and the vibes are different, and it just brings out something different in you. And at times I was hearing that on here, so I think just sitting with it, having a chance to really kind of listen to the shit Benny's saying and rapping about, was really, really, really fucking dope, man. So I really fucks with this.
I've been listening to y'all talk. I don't know, man. I guess I'm on an island because I don't really hear a big difference between this one and the first one. I don't think the production is that different. I really don't. The only thing, like, if you go back, I went back and listened to these back to back because I saw a lot of people saying the same shit y'all are saying. They're like, oh man, Benny ain't grimy no more. Benny this, Benny that. And I literally went back and I put the first one on, front to back. And then I put this one on right after because I was cleaning my house. And I was like, it's not that different. It really isn't. It really isn't. The only thing that's different that I can tell is the beats sound a little bit cleaner. And I don't mean like dirty versus clean. I just mean that they sound clearer. Like they were produced better. Not better, but like beat up is what I mean. But like they just sound like they were maybe mastered better or something. But I don't think the production is that different from this one and the first one. It's not like it's night and day. It's not like the production of the first one, it's not like those were these disgusting grimy beats. Those were also fairly cinematic sounding. So I'm kind of wondering what y'all are talking about here. If I'm tripping, I'm tripping. But I just, because a lot of people are saying what y'all are saying. And I'm just like, I don't really hear it.
He's still grimy. It's a different type of grimy though.
Yeah.
That I'm
It
hearing.
doesn't sound like that to me.
Well, here's the thing, Mike. I would agree that Benny doesn't sound different. The beats.
I'm not talking about Benny. I'm talking
I
about
know.
the production.
I know. I'm getting there too.
Okay.
Benny sounds the same. The production, I agree with you, does sound. It sounds. I don't know how to describe it either. It's not even bigger because the Hit Boy project sounded like bigger production.
Sure, yeah.
The only one
big
that's not that
difference.
different is the first track. The first track. Everything else had that hardcore
Plug
gutters type sound. Yeah, man, it's different. We're
gonna put it on after this.
Yeah.
I
think it's
hearing gutter hardcore.
The
on
beats
Plugs
are
I Met
harder.
One.
The beats are way harder on the first.
They're grittier.
Okay.
So would you say that Harry Fraud's production sounds gritty?
I don't think the production on the first one was gritty. That's my point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He
I
don't
really
hear
don't.
it.
Okay, so now I feel you.
Yeah,
Like
he don't hear
the
different.
production on shit like Tana Talk was gritty. The production on like their older shit was gritty. Plugs I Met One didn't come off as like no gutter gritty shit. Anyways, all that to be said, this was a great product. I mean, like product. Jesus Christ.
See, he got you.
He got me. This was a great project. Starting off with when Tony met Sosa, that beat, that fucking sax sample, that shit sounds so damn good. And when you said cinematic, I was like, that's the perfect adjective for this shit because it really does sound like this is the backdrop to a dope drug movie. Overall, y'all already went on and on about overall how good that shit is. Plug Talk, I didn't look at the track list. When I was listening to this, I just threw it on while I was doing some shit, and I was like, "Oh shit, my man 2 Chainz, always showing up just when I least expect him." And I would never expect him on a fucking Benny project.
I know,
but
right?
He sounded so good, man.
He did.
But I like the fact that he was a little bit more fun because I've been enjoying these 2 Chainz murder fest that he's been on with these verses, but I kind of liked the kind of funny, I'm a joke real quick 2 Chainz. It's just interesting to me that he chose this project to kind of be a little goofy, but it was a fucking good ass verse.
Yeah.
Now Live By It. Woo-wee! Send your shooters here, I'll send them back. God damn it, Benny. That one was fucking hard, man.
He had his Gucci Man moment on that.
He did. He did, because now that one was really, that beat was sinister.
Yep.
That beat was dark, and he fucking killed that shit. But I mean, there's not really a lot that I can say here that you guys haven't already said. I really enjoyed this project, man. I thought it was really well put together. It was thought out. I think Benny is definitely he's definitely maturing. You know, he's kind of over. One of you guys said the whole just I'm hard and I'm selling drugs, I'm doing this. Now he's just kind of talking to you about these are the ins and outs of the game. It's not so much about me talking about how much money I'm gonna get from the game and da 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 da. He's like that line where he really, like when he said that brick doesn't come with instructions, it's just like,
Bruh.
Yeah.
it's such a hard line, but it really makes
it's
you
some real
think.
shit. Yeah.
Like you had to learn how to do this. Now
Yeah.
people just look at him like, oh, you just glorifying. You don't have to
Right.
do that. No,
Right.
some of these motherfuckers do
Right.
have to do that. And you have to understand, like, you have to figure out how to make this work while also surviving. Like,
And it's
this shit
not
is dope.
and it's not just surviving from your competition. The feds,
Exactly.
the alphabet
Exactly.
boys, the local police,
Yep.
the jack boy. There's so many layers to even making it to where, let's say, even if he didn't become Benny the Butcher, the rapper, but if he was still alive in jail, even to make it to jail. I think there was a line on here where he said that the majority of my niggas, I want to say it was Rick Hyde on Survivor's Remorse. Rick Hyde is dope too. He's on. He's part of BSF. But when I think he said that, you know, most of my niggas didn't, like, if you make it to 20, like you lived a long time, or something about your will making it at 20 or some shit like that.
And that's had that line about, you know, they don't outlive their grandparents.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, man.
He was speaking some real shit, man.
See, this
Like,
is not glorifying.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
this
It's not.
is really
That's real shit.
This is really, and he's giving you the game like he's like a 65-year-old man sitting down a grandchild.
Right.
Like
But
that's crazy.
But you know what? I feel like the drug game ages you in dog years.
it has to.
does.
Because he's
So
younger
he-
than us.
Yeah.
Like when you listen to his music, he really sounds like he's lived 100 years in this shit.
Yeah.
But this is a great project, man, and I honestly think this is a very logical successor to the first one. It just, I think these are a perfect pairing, and if no one told me different, I might have thought Harry Fraud did the beats on the first one. We're gonna listen to it after this, but I think this was a great part 2. This is a really good sequel.
Yeah, I agree.
I can go. I'm ready.
I got it. Give me When Tony Met Sosa, Overall, Plug Talk, Live By It, No Instructions, Survivor's Remorse.
Overall, Plug Talk, Live By It, No Instructions.
Overall, Survivor's Remorse, No Instructions, and Plug Talk.
When Tony Met Sosa, Plug Talk, Live By It, No Instructions, and Thanksgiving.
Damn, no overall.
I mean, I like Overall, but Thanksgiving just had that kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Had that fucking, yo, man, I'm just
Watching? Yo, Benny, if you watching, my nigga, bro. The run you're on is legendary. I can honestly say that. I could definitely say, in my opinion, you one of the top 3 current artists in the game. I also have to give you a lot of props on, Ken mentioned it, being flexible. And what I mean by that is Alchemist, Harry Fraud, Derringer, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't fucking matter. Even trap songs, you know what I'm saying? Like, the beat don't matter, the subject matter don't matter. Cause I heard that joint that you did with Russ, you know what I'm saying? Like, your lyrics were straight on point with that song and that emotion. And I could just hear you crafting and sharpening that lyrical sword of yours. You know what I'm saying? And every fucking time you come out and swing that bitch, it's sharper and sharper. So, bro, you are fucking dope. I fuck with it. Thank you for another project. Hopefully we get another 3 or 4 You know what I'm saying? I'm always here for a Benny the Butcher project, bro.
Benny, if you watching, man, good job on a solid project, on a good follow up from your first one. I guess I don't really got nothing to say. I mean, I know you're gonna drop. I'm pretty sure you're gonna drop some more projects this year before this year is up.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not saying, oh, I'm gonna wait and wonder what you're gonna. You probably gonna drop. I wouldn't be surprised if you drop 2 more projects this year. So just keep up the good job, man.
Benny, yeah, good project, man. Definitely a good follow up to the plugs I met too. Yeah, man. I mean, you came through again, man. You came through again on this joint, and I like, you working with different producers and kind of experimenting like that, and kind of picking one and just doing a whole album with them. So yeah, I think that's dope, man. So yeah, keep up the good work, man. Definitely a fan over here.
Benny the Butcher, another great project, man. Like, there's really nothing else to say. Like, you're sticking to your guns, you're doing what you do, and you're doing what you do best. And yeah, this is just another notch in the belt, man. So, Harry Fraud, you put your ass in these beats, and you gave Benny some really nice backdrops to work with. So yeah, this is a great project.